Cause all over the world we roam. When it comes to carnival time, be ready to come back home. To eat boiled fish and fungi, cherry and almond stew, to drink passion fruit and mommy, see more to name a few. We have to catch up the juve, jump up behind Jamban. We have to be in the parade, jump in with just action. We have to swim Megan's way and take a tour.
Kitchen. Today we're making fungi. Fungi is made with cornmeal, and I'm making it the way that my mother showed me how to make it. My mom is originally from Antigua, and this is the way that her mother taught her how to make it. So we have 3 cups of cornmeal and 3 cups of cold water. I'm just gonna stir this together and add it to a pot of coconut milk, water, and okra. And I have that going already on the stove. And we're gonna make sure that comes to a boil, and we're gonna add our mixture. So we're just gonna stir this together to make sure it's smooth. And then we're gonna add this to our pot. So we have our coconut milk, our okra. You can see all that white stuff is the coconut milk, and salt and water that's boiling on the stove. To that we're gonna add our cornmeal and water mixture. Now I'm saying okra, because that's what we call it back in St. Croix. That's the way that we pronounce it. But the correct pronunciation is actually okra. So we're gonna add all of this into the pot and stir it in. You see that? So you're gonna just continue stirring this to the side. And these okras are gonna cook in as the cornmeal cooks and break apart. So we're just gonna stir all of this in, continue stirring it to the side. And this is a technique to prevent any lumps from forming. You don't want lumpy cornmeal. And it's gonna take about a total of 25 minutes, 25 to 30 minutes to cook. And you're gonna add water to this intermittently as well. So you wanna check on this every 5 minutes and give it a stir. So I'm just gonna go ahead and let this cook down, and I'm gonna go ahead and fry some plantains while this is cooking down. So it's been 5 minutes, and you can see the consistency of this. It's getting thicker. Now you don't want it to be too thick, so you can add a little bit of water, like I said, as it's cooking down. But I haven't added any more water yet, because it's still a little bit watery. So I'm stirring this. There's no lumps. I'm just doing my spoon to the side technique to take any lumps out. Checking in every 5 minutes to make sure it mixes in well, and it is. So we're just gonna go ahead and let that cook down. I have my oil in the back getting hot to do my fried plantains. So let's go ahead and do our fry. So our fungi is finished. It's been cooking for 25 minutes. I added a tablespoon of butter, and I'm gonna mix this in. Now butter gives it extra flavor, and this is my sweet cream butter, my favorite. You can also use vegan butter. So we're gonna mix the butter in, a tablespoon of butter, let that melt in. We're gonna transfer the hot fungi to a greased bowl and shape them into shapes. And I'll show you how I do that. Our fungi is done cooking, and we're adding the cooked fungi to a buttered or greased bowl. You can use Palm spur, you can use butter. In this case, I ran out of Palm, so I'm just greasing it with some butter. So we're gonna add the fungi to this while it's nice and hot. And depends on the size of the shapes that you want, will determine how much you're gonna put in each bowl. So we're just gonna cover this. And I've greased the top of the cover as well. If I could get this to close, it would be nice. Well, it's okay, it's not gonna open. And we're just gonna shake it until it's formed into a cute little shape there. This is gonna be our first fungi ball. All right. It looks about perfect to me. I'll open it, make sure it's the way that I want it to be. That's good. We're just gonna press this in a plate right here. And that's our first fungi ball. And we're gonna repeat this until I have one more ball, or you can shape all of them at the same time. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do another one so I can plate it. So our fungi is done. We have it plated with some baked fish and fried plantains. Look at that beautiful gravy. And the fungi is just gonna have rich, great flavor.
Islands all over the world we roam. When it comes to carnival time, be ready to come back home. To eat boiled fish and fungi, cherry and almond stew. To drink passion fruit and mommy, see mustard name a few. We have to catch up the juve, jump up behind Jamban. We have to